Have you ever reached the end of the day and wondered, where did all my time go? Maybe you had plans to be productive, but somehow hours just slipped through your fingers. You checked your phone for a quick break, scrolled for way longer than expected, or started one task but got distracted by another. Sound familiar? Time is the one thing we never get back, yet we waste so much of it without even realizing it. And the thing is, it's not always the obvious distractions that steal our time. Sometimes it's the little things, procrastinating on simple tasks, overcommitting to things we don't actually care about, or getting caught up in doing things the perfect way instead of just getting them done. These habits seem harmless, but over time, they add up, taking away opportunities for growth, achievement, and even relaxation. But what if you could change that? What if a few small shifts could help you reclaim your time, feel more in control of your day, and actually get things done without feeling overwhelmed? Time is a tool, and when used correctly, it can transform the way you live. And these aren't just tips. I've actually lived through these struggles and found what works. If you feel like time is slipping away from you, keep watching. Let's get into it. Number one, setting clear goals. The first thing I did was get super clear on my goals. Without a clear direction, I was just drifting through my days. I'd wake up, do random tasks, and end up feeling like I got nothing important done. Now, I set daily, weekly, and long-term goals to stay focused. If you don't know where you're going, you'll waste time on things that don't matter. And trust me, when you have a clear vision, making decisions about how to spend your time becomes so much easier. When I started setting clear goals, I noticed I became more intentional with my time. I wasn't just filling up my schedule with things to do. I was making progress on things that actually mattered to me, whether it's work, personal growth, or even hobbies. Having a goal helps you prioritize and filter out distractions. A good way to start is by writing down your top 3 priorities every morning. That way, you have a clear direction for your day and avoid getting caught up in busy work that doesn't move you forward. Number 2, planning my day in advance. Waking up without a plan was a huge time waster. I used to sit there thinking, okay, what should I do first? And by the time I figured it out, I'd already wasted an hour. That's when I realized that deciding what to do in the moment is one of the easiest ways to fall into distractions. Now, I plan my day the night before, writing down my top 3 priorities. It's a simple habit, but it completely changed how I manage my time. When you wake up knowing exactly what to focus on, you don't waste time deciding, you just start. It also prevents that feeling of overwhelm that comes when you have too many things on your plate and don't know where to begin. Another thing that helped was time blocking. I dedicate specific time slots for deep work, meetings, and even breaks. It keeps me accountable and helps me avoid falling into time-wasting habits. Number 3, cutting out distractions. Let's be real, our phones are probably the biggest time wasters. I used to pick up my phone just to check one thing, and before I knew it, I was deep into social media or watching random videos. It's not that I didn't have time to be productive, I was just spending it on the wrong things. Now, I set limits on my phone, turn off notifications, and use website blockers when I need to focus. I also started putting my phone in another room when working on something important. It's crazy how much more you get done when distractions aren't constantly pulling at your attention. If you find yourself constantly checking your phone or getting sidetracked, try setting focus hours. Times in the day do you commit to staying distraction free. The less you allow distractions in, the more time you'll reclaim. Number 4, saying no more often. I used to say yes to everything, helping out, attending events, taking on extra tasks, even when I really didn't want to, and it drained my time and energy. I thought saying yes was the right thing to do, but all it did was leave me feeling stretched too thin. Now, I've learned that saying no to things that don't align with my goals is actually a way of saying yes to myself. Protecting your time isn't selfish, it's necessary. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't serve you, you're saying no to something that could actually bring value to your life. A great way to start is by pausing before answering requests. If it's not an immediate yes, it's probably a no. To prioritize your time wisely. Number 5, stopping multitasking. I used to think that doing multiple things at once made me more productive, but I realized that multitasking isn't actually efficient. It just spreads your focus too thin. I'd start a task, get distracted by another, and end up not finishing either one. Now, I focus on one thing at a time, and not only do I get things done faster, but the quality of my work has improved too. If you're trying to do 10 things at once, chances are none of them are getting done well. Single tasking is a game changer. A great way to practice this is by setting timers for focused work sessions, like 25 or 50 minutes at a time, before taking a break. You'll be amazed at how much more you accomplish. But honestly, This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Some days are still messy and distractions happen, but what's changed is my awareness of how I spend my time and my ability to get back on track when I notice myself slipping. If any of these ideas resonated with you, maybe take a moment to reflect. What's one thing you could tweak in your daily routine to reclaim your time? It doesn't have to be a massive overhaul. Sometimes small shifts make the biggest difference. And hey, if you've already made changes that helped you stop wasting time, I'd love to hear about them. Drop a comment. Let's talk about it. Time is the one thing we can't get more of, so let's use it wisely. Appreciate you hanging out with me today, and I'll catch you in the next one.